That's better. Okay. Now we do have the sound, now that I switched to the right screen. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Coach Dave. Hashtag Let's Get Unstuck. Changing things up a little bit today. This is Late Night with Coach Dave. Welcome, and we are here with, let me show you here. We are here with Ordinary People Media. And as such, we're showing the logo, we're showing the cube that has Ordinary People Media on it, and Ordinary People Media no longer ordinary. So there we go. All right, well, today's subject I put up there that we want to talk about, and why I don't have Restream connecting to anything. I don't know what. Let me see. I'm going to check the Restream feed, and Restream says it's going, and it should be because I have Periscope going. So Restream is just being silly and telling me that it doesn't have stuff connected when it really does. So I'm going to say hello from my command console, and I'll see a bunch of stuff run up the screen. And I might even see a comment or two right here on the screen below us. So welcome everybody. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 networks at least, plus 3 more on Facebook, plus my personal page. There's too much connected for me to figure it all out. But welcome to the studio, everybody. This is the new studio. We have just started this up, and hopefully you all will be able to help us get this thing funded, paid for, all of that kind of stuff. And as such, what we're going to do is we're going to ask you a question.
Is there truth? Yes or no?
There's our question. Question of the day.
Is there truth? Yes or no?
And what do you think? Put it in the live comments. And I'm also going to ask you guys to share this, to like it, subscribe, get notified, follow, hit the notification bell button, and whistle. Wait, there's no whistle. Okay, forget about the whistle. But we are here just talking about some stuff tonight. How do you get unstuck? How do you get unstuck? That's the question I want to pose today, is getting unstuck. Is it easy, as they say? Is it as easy as just saying, I'm tired of it? I'm tired of being stuck. How did I get stuck? Who got me stuck? Let's see what we have. The latest comment we have is just from posting the show. The title of the show tonight, You Don't Have to Be Stuck. And the hashtag, Let's Get Unstuck. And the hashtag, Talk. So there we go. And I have a friend who says they're going to give up. And we're not going to let them. So let's do that. And that shouldn't actually bring up very much. So that's the title. You don't have to be stuck. And we're going to let that just scoot on out of here. I'm Coach Dave. If you want to find me on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch, you can find me with that @ name, the one right there, @DaveBrownCoach. So you can go to a lot of places and just look for @DaveBrownCoach. You'll find me. You also find me on the website, DaveBrown.coach. And that's an easy place to find me. And then if you want to find me other places, just go those places. The last place you'll actually find me will be if you look for me, look for me at CoachDave.link. And I will put that in the final screen that we see today, which will be our, which will be the outro. And I'm looking to make sure that I have my outro. Yes, I do. I'm loading it right now into the very screen I'm looking at. So on the very last screen, you're going to see CoachDave.link, and that's going to be the name of that tune. All right. So we've got a studio here. This is our studio where we've got the logo for the show. We've got a view of a far away. I can actually get rid of that lower third. This is the far away view, and this is the close-up view. That's as close as we get. You don't want to see any more wrinkles than that. Trust me. So here we go. We've got this going on. And then, of course, we can see the logo and back up to see me. All right. We also have the ability to bring in calls. The phone number below me. Oops. Let me show you the phone number. The phone number below me, right there. This is a new phone number. It actually was set up inside this studio here. So this phone number is actually brand new, 770, area code 712. And let's wait till it gets going. Area code 712-770-5600. 5307, and then the code 317820 pound. So that's how you get me. It'll show up right here on my tablet, and then it'll also show up right over here so that I can see. Yes, it is right there, and it's the fourth sound block. If I see anything happening over there, I'll look over here, I'll hit you in the queue, bam. And that's how you come into the queue. So, being stuck. How do you get stuck? How do you get unstuck? And who helps you get unstuck? Well, that's the question. That's the answer. The thing we're going to talk about today. So let me give you a couple of ideas. When you look at Ordinary People Media, what are you looking at? You're looking at the Coach Dave Show. That's what you're watching right now. 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. That's here. It's a talk show. The phone lines are open, etc., etc. And there you go. Okay, so the next one is Common Sense Show TV, and that's Terry Little. There's some times there. You can look for it. It's in the evenings. We're going to come back to that. Here's another one. This is E. Digger Speaks. This is every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Eastern. Wednesday, 9 a.m. Here's a place you can catch me for how do you make your broadcast, how do you make your show look fancy? What kind of tricking can we do of your show? All right, so then we've got Brunchin' with E. Digger and Lise. This is a Friday brunch, 11 a.m. on the East Coast. And then, of course, we've got News Night with Devontae Goins. He attempts to do this every Wednesday. Every weeknight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes he's got some technical difficulties. Last night, the power was out. So he couldn't even do the show. So that's okay. That happens. We're not going to fault him for that. And that's okay. So we'll get that going. We'll get him working on that. And Devontae is really good on the news. You'll love the insights that he has, and you'll even love the sound effects that he has. I only have a few of my sound bites working. I don't think he has this one.
Is there truth? Yes or no?
I don't think he has that one. So we're going to work on that. And
survey said
there's supposed to be a ding after this. I don't like the ding. I like the laughing. So we're going to do the laughing. All right. And when something's not funny and you need somebody to laugh at it anyway, this is what you need. You just play that. Play it over and over again. You get people laughing at you. You get a thick skin. All right. Forget about that. So, how do you get unstuck? Well, I'll tell you what. A lot of people have that very question. And that very question can be very disconcerting. It can be very difficult. It can be kind of hard to understand. How do you get unstuck? So let's see what we got going on here. We're going to turn Twitch on. We're going to turn YouTube on. Hi, YouTube. What's going on? And there's my comment from YouTube. So YouTube is working. That's awesome. Love it. So how do you get unstuck? Basically, we get stuck when we start thinking that things are getting too deep. We start thinking that things are unmanageable, that things are bigger than they are, and you start thinking that, you start looking at it, you start thinking, oh my gosh, you know, I always do this, or I never do that. So-and-so, she's always that way to me. And you can start getting into this. We call it, what I can't think of the name. Catastrophizing. When things are so huge, oh my gosh, my whole world is falling apart. And your whole world really isn't falling apart. It's just a bump in the road. And so with a bump in the road, all you got to do is just get over the bump. There's some smooth road on the other side of it. There may be another bump. There's a couple of bumps here and there. But you get past all the bumps. And I know that sounds like it's just too simple. But getting past the bumps, that's kind of where it's at. You have to realize that if you're stuck, well, there's a couple of different things that you can do with that. One person I heard just recently said there's a thing called get on the arrow. And usually the things you're trying to do when you feel stuck, you just can't do those things right now. So what you need to do instead is you need to get on the arrow. You need to say, the direction I'm headed is blocked. The direction I'm headed is something I can't do right now. And as such, it's not good to focus on what do I want to not happen. You know, you go to your therapist and you sit down and your therapist says, what's going on? He says, oh, well, my best girl is not my best girl right now. She's not my best friend right now. Something's not working. And so, you know, I don't want to have this problem with her. Or my boss and I have been really fighting a lot. I don't want to fight with my boss. I don't want this. I don't want that. There's other things I don't want. And as a result of that, you're talking about all those things that you don't want. And instead of the things you don't want, what do you want? What are some of the things that I do want? Some of the things I do want to progress in my career. I do want to make a better income. I do want to get some things going and rolling with my business. I do want to have a better relationship with my kids. I do want to have a better relationship with my wife or my girlfriend. I do want to have the ability to play with my kids and really show them how important they are to me. So all of these things that you really do want are the things you need to get on the arrow and say, how do I get these things I do want? Now you can get so focused on the things that are going bad, the things that you don't want to happen that are going on right now. I don't want to continue these things going on. I don't want to continue having difficulty. I don't want to do all of those things. And that's just one of those directions you have to take. So right now, and so somebody is just pestering me for a second here. So, not pestering me, but just, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that, as they say. So don't concentrate so much on the things that you can't do, the things that you don't want, the things that you can't get past because you're stuck right now. Getting on the arrow means that you've got some direction, you've got some things, and all you need to do is find some way to figure out, what do I want? What are the things I do want to happen? What are the places I do want to go? Where are the directions that I do want to take? And that's sometimes, hey Ramon, what's going on? That's sometimes hard to see what's happening and hard to see that that's why you're stuck, because you're facing the things that make you stuck. You're facing the place that got you stuck. You're facing the direction that is not a new direction. You're facing the same old way. And it's hard to just say, I know I'm stuck. I see I'm stuck. And what different way can I face? What things do I want in my life that I haven't thought about yet? And if you can get a coach or a friend or a pastor or someone you know, brother, sister, friend, relative, whoever, just to sit down, or maybe just get a piece of paper and start rambling off on the paper, hey, I really would like to have... Journaling does that for you sometimes. Just lets you take a new direction. And that's what you really need sometimes, just to step out of the focus on all that negative stuff and to refocus and to reshape, rethink your idea, and taking a break from all that focus on all that frustration and all the pushing against the rock, the boulder that's in front of you, and you can't get past it. Instead of pushing against that, let's just stop and lean our back against that and just kind of take a look at, where can I go? I can't go this way because this boulder's blocking me. So what's over there? Well, that's a direction I haven't taken before. Maybe I should try that. And if you get that going and you start thinking that, great. You're heading in the right direction. Well, let me play this for you. And let me just remind you while I play it. Yes, that's right. The phone lines are open. Give us a call, 712-770-5307, 317-820-pound. That is the phone line. That is the PIN number right there. Follow with a pound sign. You're in. Then you can get in the queue. Then you can ask me anything you want. And you know what? Everybody out here watching, a couple hundred people at least. And that's not even talking about the replay. So that's your 15 minutes of fame. Yeah, maybe even 20. I might talk to you for 20 minutes. But that's the number down there. 712-770-5307. Punch in the code 317-820-pound. So I don't see any calls yet, but that's okay. We got lots of time. That's why this is called Late Night with Coach Dave, because we could go all night with this thing. And we're just going to ask all night long.
Is there truth? Yes or no?
That's the question.
Is there truth? Yes or no?
And there very well could be. And the truth is, you don't have to be stuck. You don't. You don't have to be stuck. So if you're on Periscope watching me, you got to tweet, because I haven't seen the comments. Didn't look at the comments. Okay, there's one comment there. All right. So if you're on Periscope, you got to tweet it out. It has to have the hashtag Let's Get Unstuck, and then we'll see it in the comments. These comments, they show up automatically. So you'll automatically see a comment, sweep in, hello, just like that one. And when they sweep in, either from the Ordinary People Media page, where we're broadcasting this, that's from YouTube. That'll sweep in here. Twitch will sweep in here. And Twitter, if you tweeted it, it'll slip in here. So all those things. And my personal page, I think, Ramon, you're probably on my personal page. So that's how you can get a comment right here on this screen. And if we like your comment, we'll stop and talk about it. If we don't, gone. Just like that. All right, so there's the phone number coming back in. Talk to me live on the show. Call in now. Not only that, you could call in right now. And even if you wanted to, you could just call in now. Get in the queue. Before there are hundreds of people in the queue, because take them as they come. First come, first serve. I have to preview these. I have to filter these myself. So before somebody gets on the show live and gets to say their piece, they got to convince me that they got something to say. Okay? So when you get on, when I come on and talk to you, when I finally say, let's take a caller, I'm going to give you a minute before I put you on live. I'm going to give you a minute. I'm going to say, okay, everybody, I'm a self-producer, so I have to figure out which of these calls is vital. Pretty soon, though, I can have a co-producer go in on host mode on my conference call, and they can start talking to people, and they can kick the ones that are gone, and they can tell me, take area code 521. I'll be like, okay, boom, hey, area code 521, what's your name, what you got to say? And then you're on the show. But until then, I will have to self-filter, which will just take a minute. You guys have patience for that, right? You guys got all the time in the world because you're just sitting there watching me. And I like that. I love that. Okay, let me go up a little closer here. Bam, there we go. Okay, so Devontae had told me he doesn't really like this idea, but I do this all the time. See this? This is a tea bottle, but you know what? They don't sponsor us, but instead of tea, I have coffee in here. And he told me that's kind of a negativism. I don't know. I don't know if it's all that negative. I don't know. It's good tea, but the coffee in here, it's good coffee. This coffee's from San Francisco. All right. We also have the ability, let me see, how many people out there have the guts to come on with camera and microphone? Raise your hand. You got the guts to come on with camera and microphone? Raise your hand. Come on, show me. Y'all notice that you don't see the green? You don't see much green in there? This is much better green filter. Chroma key. Much better chroma key than I was using before. You don't see any green when I do that. You used to see all blurry green. Kind of like goop. Yeah. So anyway, those of you who raised your hand, you got the guts to come on with a camera and a microphone. Get your pencil out. Get your pencil out. I'm going to tell you how to do that. Ready? bit.ly/join the room. You can come in my green room, and I can go in here and see if my video guest has arrived. And if my video guest hasn't arrived, you didn't go to bit.ly/join the room. All lowercase. Join the room, lowercase, one word. Join the room. bit.ly/join the room. And you can be right here on this with me. It's empty right now. Let me show you what it looked like when my friend Devontae was on with me earlier. Let me show you that. There it is right there. That was Devontae sitting over there. And the way we do that is a fine, nice little transition. Looks like this. Bam. See what I mean? And you can go right back to it, just like that. And the world never stops spinning, and neither does my crazy studio. Did you guys notice that? You notice that about my crazy studio. Let me back off a little bit here. You see, it's just turning and turning and turning and turning. Yeah. Hopefully, we don't get too many people too dizzy. Let's see if we have anybody in the queue. Nobody's in the queue. Let me see. Take the next person. Anybody there? Nope. Okay. Nobody is in the queue. I see over here, no reaction, nothing. Okay. And there's my call. All right. And let's see, video guest. Okay. So there's nobody in the call. So we're going to get rid of that. And we'll go up here into the studio. So guys, there's the phone number 712-770-5307 and the code number 317820 and the pound sign. So come on in the studio or bit.ly/join the room. And maybe I'll put that up there. That might look good up there, right in front of everybody. All right, so let me go in here. We'll go in the title editor. I'll stick it in there, and then I'll make it live. All right, so let's go bit.ly/join the room. Now we'll see if it fits. If it doesn't fit, I don't know. I might have to take something out. Okay, not quite big enough. So there we go. All right. bit.ly/join the room. Looks like that. So now I can go over here to the video guest. I can watch that. I've got another one over here where I can watch my sound bites. We can see whether or not there's a person in the queue. Can you hear me now? I don't know if they can hear me. Can you hear me now? All right, nobody in the queue. So we'll keep trying to take the next person. And this is what happens when I clear the queue.
Q&A queue is cleared.
So there you go. Nobody in the queue because I just cleared it. All right. So to get unstuck, what do you guys think? Is there a way that you can find a life coach or find a friend or find something to help you get unstuck? How does that work? Getting unstuck. Well, first, you have to think about what do you want instead of what you don't want. And we've seen a lot of what you don't want, and a lot of what you don't want is just all that negative. So you have to get your mind off the negative and into the area of possibilities. And that's what a life coach is for. A life coach will ask you leading questions, and those questions are designed to help you think, not just react. And you know, that's part of it right there. I always tell people, or maybe just ask them, do you react to life or do you respond to life? There's a difference. If you're reacting to life, it's the same thing as if you walk around a corner, walking down the street, you walk around the corner, and if there's somebody right there at the corner that just as you walk around the corner, they say, boo, you're going to react. And what is your reaction going to be? A lot of times it's going to be jumping in fear, going to jump back and react, or sometimes you're going to jump back at them and you're going to push them, something like that. And you might be angry at them and hit them. You might be scared. You might run the other way. And those are all reactions. But instead, of reacting to life when life pushes you, or life scares you, or life pressures you, you have an option. The option is to respond to life. You can respond, you can pause, you can take a breath, and you can respond, okay, what do I do now? At this point, what do I do? And that can be a good thing for you to respond, for you to take a minute, take a deep breath, think about it, think about what your possible replies are, and then you can respond to life instead of react to it. And that's another thing that having somebody walking alongside you, helping you, can help you do. You know, it's interesting too that the Bible says that two are better than one. And the reason two are better than one, you know what reasoning it gives? How many of you guys know this one? The reason it gives is that if one falls into a ditch or one falls into a hole, the other can help him out. So it's two that's better than one. Okay? And that's what you get with a friend helping you. That's what you get with a pastor or family member, friend, whoever, coach, whatever. With them helping you, you fall into a hole or you get stuck, and they're there to help you out. Okay? So that's what it's all about.
Survey said.
Survey says ding. Now let me remind you guys, I know you've heard this because I've said it once already, but let me remind you. That's a phone dialing. Our lines are open. You can call in now and talk to me live on the show. You want to talk live on the show? Tell everybody what you think. Come on in live. Dial the number down there. Take that code number, and as soon as you hear the recording start to talk to you, punch in that 6-digit number, 317820, hit the pound sign, and it'll say, you're accepted. You're in. Then you can come in to the Q&A. I think you have to dial the number 6 and pound once you're in. And let's talk. After all, this is a talk show, right? It is a talk show. All right, let's see if we have a video guest. We don't have a video guest. We don't have an audio guest. Let me tell you a little bit more again. This is the live call-in show, Late Night with Coach Dave, Monday through Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. Now, why do I say the Eastern time 3 times and the Pacific time 1 time? I don't know. Let me talk about the Common Sense Show TV. Common Sense Show TV, this is the guy that is the common sense guru, Terry Little. Check out his show, guys. You won't regret it. He's a kick. All right, Digga. Man, you want something that's always real, never fabricated? Digga Speaks, Wednesday, 9 a.m. Eastern. You want your live broadcast to be tricked out? Catch us on Facebook. Catch us on #TrickMyLive. And this is good. The end of your week is never more complete than this. Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, of course. 11 a.m. Eastern. Brunching with Digga and Lise. What a pair. What a couple. What a couple of pals. Check it out. It gets real, too. It gets real. And, of course, my buddy that does Newsnight, Devontae Goins. Every weeknight. Devontae, I'm hanging you out here, bud. I'm hanging you out to dry every weeknight. See, now because I'm advertising it, you got to do it. Every weeknight, 8 p.m. Eastern, Devontae Goins, News Night. He will bring you stories that will curl your toes. All right? So there's the phone number right there in red. There's the code number. Get in right there in red. And we are ready to take your call. Do we have a caller? Let's find out. I don't know, but we're going to find out right now. Do we have a caller? Not yet. Not yet. Let's see. No caller yet. All right. Well, we're not going to talk to you then. If we have no caller, then that's okay. I don't mind. So, guys, if you're stuck, then you're stuck. And that's just something you're going to have to deal with. Let's see if you can get unstuck. I know it's going to be more difficult by yourself. How determined are you to get unstuck? Are you determined enough to make it happen? Are you determined enough to go find somebody to help you make it happen? All right. Well, let's see if that can happen. One of the ways that you find someone on Facebook. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Ah, Karen. Hey, what's going on, Karen? I recognize the pup now. Cool, cool. Hey, Karen, we've got this call-in number. If you want to call in, talk live on the show, we've got this call-in number. And I didn't realize that that was you. That was cool. Pebbles. I never realized that Pebbles was you. Cool. So we got this call-in number. We got the key number, code number, PIN number, whatever you want to call it. But that's how you get in live. And the bit.ly/join the room. That is our video guest line or webpage. Anyway, you go there. There's a green button. You get to the next page, put in your name and press the button. Couldn't be easier. All right. Now, guys, I'm going to demonstrate something. If you're a broadcaster, you need to have one of these. Ready? This is called a cough button. You know why they call it a cough button? Because when you press it, if you have to cough, you find the button real quick and you say, here we go. Okay, so there we go. You couldn't hear me while I was coughing. Okay, so Karen may decide to pop in here. And if you do, Karen, you got to make sure that you turn whatever you're watching the show on, you turn the volume off. Otherwise, the sound is just going to bounce around everywhere. Or make sure you get some headphones on. But if you get some headphones, it's not easy to have headphones and to hold the phone. You see what I'm saying? All right. So let's get rid of this banner and see if the other one comes back. There we go. There's the phone number right there. And I don't see... This would be the first time that I've actually looked at the tablet. I was running it from a web page before, which is okay, because then you can see more about who's in there, what's going on, how many callers, all of that. And that's a good way to be able to see it. And maybe what I'll do is I'll go to my tab and I'll go ahead and go on in. But I'm not going to call with that. I'm going to log out with that one. I'm going to log in with a different one. And this is and this will give me an opportunity to check this out. And we'll see how this goes. Certainly, I have 2 hosts in already. So that's a good thing. And then it is in Q&A. So I can see when we got someone in here, and I can see that it's actually working. We do have 2 hosts, and we're going to get rid of that for a second. Let me see what goes on here. Okay, so that's going to be something I just have to see what's going on, and then I know that it's all working. Okay, so this is a way that I can actually talk to whoever's in the queue, and we can work it out to make sure that we get you in here, we talk to you, and we are ready. Look at that. 233 minutes already. That's awesome. Okay, so we've got, there we go. And let's see, let me get rid of that and I can show you the phone number again. And that phone number down at the bottom in red, it's area code 712-770-5307. And then you punch in the code 317820 and you hit the pound sign. I'm going to leave that up. And what I do like is that every time someone makes a comment, this lower third, it slides out of the way. And the new one slides in. And we get to see live comments. So there we go. I'm glad that Karen is going to give us a call, because then we can find out how you've been, Karen. We'll find out how you've been. We'll be able to talk to you, find out what's going on in your life. Karen has a lot of really good things happening. Last time we had a chance to talk, it was very good, because Karen had made some great strides in some things she was moving towards. So we'll see how that goes, and that's bound to be a good conversation, so I'm looking forward to that. And if you guys want to come in, whether you want to be an audio guest or a video guest can come in at bit.ly/join the room. The audio guest, you just call the phone number, and then you can turn off your device and you can just talk to me on the phone. Walk around the house, take your cordless phone or your cell phone out on the porch, sit out there, listen to the show, or sit out there, listen to the show, and talk to us at the same time. So it's all good. It all works together, as they say, right? So that's how you can be a guest on the show, and that's always a good time. We have it wired up tonight in a completely different way than we attempted to do it last night. Last night, Shannon called us, and it wasn't working at all. I couldn't get the sound to come in because I don't know this new studio very well. But I'm learning a lot. In fact, I think I've learned 2 or 3 times as much in the last 24 hours as I learned in the week before that. So it's getting better. It is getting better. So hi, everyone. I'm going to say hi to everybody. Call in and talk to us. So we've got 7 different networks there, plus about 3 more, plus on my personal page and whoever else is sharing it. Guys, if you see this, Share it out. We need this thing to go everywhere. Yeah, don't sweat it, Karen. It's okay if you're not ready to go, but I'm glad that this is a good personal topic for you. And see, there's Twitch. Twitch just dialed in here, and there's YouTube. When I send out a broadcast, it's like I'm typing in all those different platforms. So they come in here as an incoming chat. So that's pretty cool. So we typed out to YouTube, Twitch, Mixer. That doesn't come in here. We typed out to DLive. That doesn't come in here. And Smashcast. So we got all those. We hit them all like a machine gun. All right. Shared on Facebook. Appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing it out. Love that. So guys, if you want to be a video guest, you can come in. If you want to come in and just be an audio guest, you're welcome to do it over the video chat. It's in bit.ly/join the room. And you can turn your camera off, but I'll display your blank box that would normally have your picture in it. And that's okay. We're all right with that. So it doesn't matter how you get here, but if you want to come in and if you want to talk, that's a good thing. And we'll sit and talk for a long time. You know how that goes. All right, let's see what we got over here. Nothing over there. Okay. So let me go back in the web page here. Let me see what happens. I take it off of Q&A, put it on there we go. And that doesn't seem to work very well, so we're going to put this back on Q&A. All right, that's better. Very cool, very cool. So, yeah, this is a good subject if you've ever felt stuck, which I think everybody has at a certain point. You feel like, how can I get out of this? How can I push this boulder out of my way? You know, you ever been there? How can I push the boulder out of my way? How can I find a better path to take? Just a lot of things that you're trying to find. All right, there we go. And let's see, what was that? That was, okay. Yeah, no problem. No problem. We're live. We're here. We've been here for about an hour now, and that's okay. It might have been a couple minutes less than an hour because I think I came in here at 3 after, something like that. Anyway, that's the way that goes. But if you want to get unstuck, you have to focus not so much at the fact that you're stuck on this or that or some other thing. You need to look at, what do I want? When I'm not stuck, how do I want my life to look? When I'm not stuck, how do I want to be? Which direction do I want to go? What kinds of things do I want in my life? What kinds of things do I want to come in? Not just, where am I going? And why am I so stuck? We have a tendency a lot of times to just make it so big that it's insurmountable. It's like the biggest rock. You can't climb over it. You can't do anything but bang against it, and you're just going to give yourself bloody knuckles. That's all you're going to get. And so when you have a chance to stop and think, take a deep breath, stop and think, how am I going to make this different? How am I going to make this a little bit more positive, then you can have a better viewpoint, have a better outlook. Instead of reacting to life, you can respond to it. And if that doesn't sound better, okay. But we are open to talk to anybody who wants to come in and talk about it. We got the phone number, we got the PIN number right down there. See it down there? Got the PIN number down there. So call the phone, put in the PIN number, and then hit the pound sign. And let's do this one more time. Late Night with Coach Dave. Call in now. The phone lines are open. Thank you. And there we go. All right. First, figure out what the problem is. This is Karen's advice. Let's read this. First, figure out what the problem is. Seek positive people to help you, whether you're pastor, friend, psychologist. Then, I'm going to read it's longer than she sent, or longer than appears there. That's 140 characters. You believe that? All right. First, figure out what the problem is. Seek positive people to help you, whether pastor, friend, or psychologist, or whoever, life coach. Then, get the courage to get the garbage out. Meditation has helped me a great deal, says Karen. All right. So meditation is one of the forms of coping with. It's what they call a coping mechanism. There are a lot of coping mechanisms. Let me tell you, when I needed to be in a group of people, you'll learn a lot in a group. I was in group counseling. I was in group therapy for a little bit, and I couldn't believe it because I didn't think baggage. Okay, get the baggage out. Gotcha. I was in a situation where I needed some therapy. You guys aren't the only ones. If you think you never need therapy, okay, then you're better off than I was. But I needed some therapy, and I actually learned in group therapy a lot more than I expected to. And I thought, we're just going through this stuff. So all of a sudden, the person, what do you call him? I always called him the instigator, the person up front that gets all the action going. I used to call him the instigator. Sounds a little negative, I know. But the instigator stands up front and says, okay, guys, so tell me how you learned something. Tell me what you learned. Tell me how you learned. Tell me what made the difference for you. Okay, so this girl, she stands up and she said, I was really mad. I was really angry. I was really fed up. And the instigator says, why? And she said, well, it was like what I wanted was on the other side of the wall. So I would start beating up the wall and beating up the wall and beating up the wall, and I couldn't beat through the wall, and I was mad. And so the instigator says to her, what was it? What made the difference? And she said, I stopped beating up the wall. I took a deep breath, and I thought about it for a second, and I realized just down the wall from me was a door that led into the hallway. And that's where it was. That's where what I wanted was in the hallway. But I thought I had to beat up the wall to get it bashed through the wall to get it. And I didn't realize I could just go down the hall, open up the door, and there it was. There it was. There was the one thing I needed, and I could just get it by going down the wall a little bit, open the door, and go out into the hallway. There it was. When she said that, it's like the light went on. It's like somebody turned on the light, and I was like, oh yeah, I do that too. So I realized that I don't have to beat the wall. I don't have to punch the wall. I don't have to kick the wall. I don't have to knock a hole in the wall and fit through to get out to the hallway to get what I wanted, because it's right there. If I just go down the wall a little bit, if I just take a little bit different angle than I was taking, I could open that door and go out into the hallway and get it. Okay? Now we're not going to go into all the complications. Oh, what if the door is locked? Well, what if the door is too heavy? What if the door doesn't open when you open it? What if it opens to a different hallway? You can what if your whole life down the tubes. Okay? Don't what if. It's a story. It's a concept. Don't beat up the wall. Step aside just a little bit, open the door, and go get what you want. Simple. Don't complicate it. Keep it simple, stupid. And I wasn't keeping it simple. That's why I can say stupid, because I was stupid. Thought you had to beat through the wall, kick a hole in the wall, all of those things. And I never did make it through the wall, but I refused to look for the door. There was a door right next to where I was beaten. No, I don't need the door. I'm going to beat through this wall. I don't need the door. You know, the door might represent something that I don't want to think about.
Is there truth? Yes or no?
You know what I'm saying? So let me ask, what is it that you don't want to think about? If you're beating up the wall, trying to get through, why won't you stop and look to your right or look to your left? Because I bet you there's a door. I bet you there's a door right there. Hey, Jesse. So if you're trying to beat up the wall and you're trying to get through that, that's right, Karen. You're trying to get through that and you can't. Let me ask you, is there possibly a door just a little bit down from where you're trying to bust through? And if you open that door, you think you could go in that hallway and get what you want? Brilliant, Jesse. That's what we're talking about. Now go somewhere else. So it's good to be able to punch a hole in the wall if you can. Most of the time, you're just going to bloody up your knuckles. Just going to bloody up your knuckles, that's all. No big deal. You may not get what you want. Okay. Career King Dad, what's going on? Got a couple people from Mixer. And even though you can't see the Mixer chat, I got a little window over here. Lets me see the Mixer chat. Hey Mixer, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. And one of the things I like about Mixer is they know that eventually you're going to get a little bit bored watching all your friends play games or having all your friends watch you play games, but they give the option, if you're starting to get a little bored or get a little tired of whatever you're watching, you can go surf and you can find something under the category of talk shows. This is cool. This is cool. Hey, what's going on? Telling Roy, or is it telling Ray? I can't tell. My text is small. I know Kyle. I talked to Kyle one night. He's pretty cool. And so just be careful how defeated you get. If you get really defeated, you're going to be giving up. If you give up, you're done. So don't worry about trying to beat against the wall. Everybody beats against the wall. But if your knuckles are starting to get bloody, just hold off for a minute. Look down the wall, go through the door, then you can get into the hallway and get what you know is there waiting for you, which is your goal, your dream, something you need to move on in life. It's all right. It's all right. So guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Doesn't appear from my console that we've got any callers in the queue. Isn't that right, Career King? Career King says, I always beat against the wall. It's hard not to. I mean, you're frustrated. You're trying to get somewhere with your life. Life's kicking you. We all get that. We all get that. When life starts kicking you, you either want to fight back, or you want to run, or you want to hide. There's usually only those three responses. Fight back, run, or hide. Which one do you want to do? I mean, they're not the only three responses. The fourth response is to take a deep breath and respond to life instead of react to it. So, we're going to go ahead and kick it out of here. We'll be here every Monday through Thursday night, 11 p.m. on the East Coast, 11 p.m. on the East Coast, 11 p.m. on the East Coast, 8 p.m. on the West Coast. And as usual, you're going to hear this. Because our phone lines are open. That's all right, Karen. You can call us next time. Guys, we're going to get out of here. And I did promise you I was going to play an outro. So here goes the outro.